So this is where we at. All right. So from street ships to healthy relationship with others. You know, no matter where you go, how you go, or when you go, at the end of the day, you're gonna find that you're gonna need relationships, and they healthy relationships. That's what you want. That's what we desire. But how do you know what a healthy relationship is? You know, how would you know if you all your life just dealt with unstable people, or you just dealt with abnormal relationships? You wouldn't know what a normal relationship would be like once you get into it. You know what I'm saying? You may actually go inside a relationship like with a female companion, and you bring a lot of stuff with you, and you're not even recognizing that it comes from you being in an abnormal relationship. So she looking at you like you crazy. You see what I'm saying? Because some people, they come up in abnormality. So it's kind of hard for you to know and see and understand what normalcy is. If you've been living in instability in an abnormal relationship, or you've been dealing with people that's unstable all your life, how would you recognize it? You know? And so this is what we're going to talk about, especially in the streets. The streets, full of abnormality. Basically, everything in the street is abnormal. It's upside down. Why? Because regular people live law-abiding lives, right? Supposedly, anyway. But people on the street, lawless. They ain't thinking about trying to do right. They ain't thinking about basically observing the law and going by the law and the standards of the law. Mm-hmm. So therefore, they continue to break the law. And I'm safe to say, me, number one uno, break the law unconsciously and consciously, which led me into a lot of damaging consequences. Because when I was doing these things, I knew I was going to get caught eventually, but I cut off so much that I didn't care. So there's a difference. You know, it doesn't matter to you if you don't care, but there were certain boundaries that I would go by, or that I wouldn't go over. I reached a certain boundary. I knew that enough was enough. I want to put myself in a position that I be going out of here for life. You know what I'm saying? Or do something to hurt or harm somebody. And I praise God for that. So from street ships to healthy relationship with the others. No matter who you think you are as a man, you do need other people. Let me repeat that. No matter who you think you are as a man, you do need other people. Hey, look, let me tell you something. In our community, no type of togetherness, man. Mm-hmm. You know, and what people think that's loyalty is not even loyalty. How can you be loyal to somebody that you don't even know? You know, you say you're loyal to the streets. But the streets not going to be loyal to you back. So who are we talking about when we're talking about the streets? We're talking about people that are in the streets. People that you really don't know. That's the difference. Street ships are people that basically just you're around every day for a certain reason, that's into the same kind of activities that you are in, but you really don't know them. You really don't know what they'll do and how they'll do it. That's why dudes go and do something, and just say a robbery or something. They go do a robbery. They all sitting around talking, hey, we gonna go do this, man, you know, ain't nobody gonna shoot nobody, we gonna just go get the money and come on out. But then you go, and then you got two other dudes with you. You don't know these dudes. They go up in there, get the money, or whatever they going there to get, or y'all going there to get, and then one of them that's with you, he turn around and just shoot the people anyway. Then y'all run into the car, and you like, man, what you do that for? Man, they seen my face, man. Now, not only you got a robbery charge or a kidnap charge, you got a murder charge now, too. Because you was in on the act. You was in on the act. Now you were faced with a situation of, hey, look, I didn't kill them people. I didn't do nothing to them people. But you with somebody that feel that you're supposed to be observing the laws of the streets. Somebody that you really don't know because it's a street ship, and he expect for you not to say nothing. He expect for you to carry a murder charge. See, that's what a street ship is. But the difference is, having a healthy relationship with others. These are people that are concerned for you, that want the best for you. And this is what we want. We want healthy relationships all around the board in our lives. That's at the household, that's at the church, that's even people that you deal with on your passing by on the streets, like your neighbors. You want healthy relationships. Even on your job, you want healthy relationships. You want people that you know that are for your best interest. You know? And the good thing about it is, when people, even at a job or any other place that you may go at, that you have to basically patronize every day or be there every day, what other people do, it shouldn't affect how you feel. Like if somebody treating you nasty on your job, you continue to treat them good. You see what I'm saying? Because eventually it'll weigh itself out. You know, you don't allow people that's nasty, a person that's nasty to have a bad attitude to turn you into the same arena. Because you know, when you do that, they win. I talk about this all the time. They win. And normally when a person acts like that, they always like that. So when you go down to their level and they take you down to their level, guess what? They're gonna win. Because they used to being down there. They used to being down at the bottom. That's why they got the bald face anyway. Because they're at the bottom. Yep. But they don't have to stay there. All right, so no matter who you think you are as a man, you do need other people. You agree? No matter who you think you are as a man, you do need other people. We need other people. We need other people. We need people that allow us to move forward. We need to be around people that allow us to be us, to be who we are identified as, in a positive manner. Now, if you're doing something you ain't got no business doing, that's what the healthy relationship come in at. Because if you around somebody that love you and they see you doing something you don't supposed to be doing, guess what? They're gonna tell you about it. Yep. They're gonna pull you up on it. Hey, bro, come here, man. Let me talk to you. Kind of getting out there, man. Straighten up. And that's what you want. You want people that are for you and not against you. Right? So no matter who you think you are as a man, you do need other people. We need other people, regardless. You know, I gave you an example. You know, you can't, you can't try to do everything by yourself. If you say, man, I don't need nobody. Everybody needs somebody. You go pump gas, you need the people to cut the pump on. Mm-hmm. When they come in, need them the pump to cut the pump on. Or for the person that's bringing the gas to come and put the gas in there so you can get some gas. Either or. You want something to eat. When you order your food, yeah, you may give them the money, but you got to give the money to somebody that's there. Yeah, you pay for it on your own, but without them making the food and preparing it for you, you won't be able to get nothing to eat. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, we need other people. We need other people. We need healthy relationships in our life. I call it also when you want to be by yourself all the time. I call it the all alone wound. It's a self-inflicted wound. All alone wound. It's a wound. It's sore. And it's self-inflicted because you don't have to be by yourself. But you choose to be by yourself. And by you being by yourself, it's killing you. It's killing you daily because you don't want to let nobody in. So therefore, you continue to make bad choices. Because you're not receiving good counsel. Right? A man with an all alone wound is attempting to live his life all alone or without others getting close to him. That sums the street up right there. You're attempting to live your life all alone and stopping anybody from getting close to you. That's why people be in relationships. They end up marrying folk, man, they don't even know who they are. Think everything good, and then it all start coming out in your relationships. Next thing you know, you be like, who in the world is she? This is not the girl that I met. Or the woman saying, yeah, this is not the man that I met. And you heard it all the time. It's not the man that I met. I don't know who this man is. Why? Because you never knew him. That man or that woman, she has a self-inflicted wound because of other pain that's in their life. Whether it's caused by somebody or self-inflicted. Right? So a man with the all-alone wound is attempting to live his life all alone or without getting close. Or without others getting close to him, excuse me. This is big in the streets, man. Big in the streets. Because when you're out in the streets, you don't even know who you're around. You don't know what nobody gonna do. That's why it's constant chaos in the streets, man. You know, your people tell you, hey, don't be hanging with such. Don't be out there hanging in the streets. It's the reason why they tell you that. It's the reason why they tell you that, because they know out in the streets is danger. In all areas of the board, it's danger. So, consequences of the all-alone wound. Consequences. Number one consequence is a warped perspective on life. When you're by yourself all alone, I call it being on your own island. You're on an island by yourself. The world is going on out there, but you on this island. Because it's all about you and nobody else. You got a warped perspective of life. Because it's all about you. You know, and it's so bad because we could be staying with folk and be so much in our own world that we act like we running everything in the house. And don't pay one bill. Not one. But we act like we run it. A lot of us go into relationships like that. Female already have their place, or male already have his place. Whichever order they move in, next thing you know, they don't took over the house. No responsibility, no nothing. It's just about me. You know, we gave the analogy of, you know, you dropping your girl off to work. It's her car. She putting gas in the car. She get off at 9. You get there 9:30, 9:45. All alone wound. You don't care about nobody but yourself. You know, even when she's trying to get close to you, she can't even get close to you. She don't even know who you are, really. But she's still trying. That's how it is on the streets. And then once something happens and you get incarcerated, then you sort of kind of your eyes open up. You see all the gratitude of what you used to have. Now you want to act right. You want to do right. You want to think right. Baby, I'm going to do right this time. I'm not going to hang the streets. I'm not going to do nothing. I'm going to do everything I'm supposed to do. I'm going to get me a job. I'm going to be a better father. I'm going to spend time with the kids. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Because all this right here is gone. The street shifts. Everything that was once around you is gone. Now you're back to reality. You're looking at the people that care about you now because you're in trouble. That's normally where help comes from, your healthy relationships, when you get incarcerated, when you're by yourself, when something happened to you. That's normally people that come to your funeral when you die. People that knew you when you was coming up. When you was a good child then, before you changed over into that having street sense. Or out in the streets, living unhealthy. Right? So, the next one goes into careless living, foolish choices. It's common in our community. We don't care about nothing. Nothing. People do something so silly. Prime example. You driving. You don't have no license. You get pulled over. Instead of going on taking the ticket, you step on the gas. You want to outrun the police. They set up a roadblock. You run through the roadblock and they kill you. Your thinking is so stinking that you make such careless and foolish choices that you allow yourself to kill yourself from your thinking. Because all you would have got was a driving without license or driving with license revoked. That's it. Prime example. We do stupid stuff and we just add on weight. Just weight. Add on weight. Not thinking. And then when you hit those barriers, to a point you can't go nowhere like jail, then you're thinking about it, right?
Yep.
Loose transparency, big in our community. Loose transparency, like you can be anybody you want to be in the hood. Everybody got names. They hold on to these names. You know, if you smoke, everybody know you got the good weed. You smoke, you try to hold on to them names. You drink, everybody know you keep your bottle of cognac or E&J or whatever it is that you do. Whatever it is, if you tote guns, you showing different guns, and you want people to know that you got a pistol. Just loose transparency. You don't care what nobody think. You so unconscious that you would do it even around your own mother, your own kids. No respect, none whatsoever. Something that we lack in the community big time. We lack respect. Depression, danger. 9 times out of 10, man, you're out in the streets, man, you're angry, man. Another part of the anger, another word for anger is depression. That's something we're going to talk about tomorrow. 6 faces of anger. That's one of them, depression. Depression. And depression, man, can lead you to do some things that you never thought you would do. You know, we carry it with, especially young. What's going on, man? Hey, man, I'm stressed out. Man, what you stressed out about? Man, I don't have no money, man. What you need money for? Man, I'm trying to get me a bag. Trying to get me a bag. Then once you get the bag, you broke again. You ain't even bought yourself a hamburger or a bologna sandwich. Depending on somebody else. Now you're going to somebody else's refrigerator. Go in that refrigerator and eat up everything. Go to sleep, wake up, only to do it all over again. You know, wasted $10, $15 a day doing the same thing over and over again. That's it. $10 control your day. A bag. $10 can dictate everything you do that day. Get you a bag, you're going to do the same thing. Some people get a bag and play the game. Some people get a bag and talk on the phone. Some people get a bag and go get in trouble.
Yep.
All in the name of a bag. That $10 control your whole day. Everything that you do. Everything you do. And it's dangerous, man. It's dangerous. And see, that's why it's so important. Depression. The danger is when you're depressed, where you going to get help from when you're in the streets? Because when you're depressed, it's hard to go to somebody else that's already depressed, but that's all that's out in the streets. See, and the thing about in the midst of the streets, I had met some brothers in the streets, even I could say for myself, thought we were the smartest people in the world. We knew everything. I'm going to take this, I'm going to flip this, I'm going to go get this, and when I break that down, I'm going to flip this, I'm going to give this to this person, and I'm going to flip that, and I'm going to go buy this. But at the end of the day, that stuff is a hill of beans. Because there's no goals. All the stuff you're saying you were going to do, you go get in your car, get pulled over at the stoplight, they find all the dope in the car, you going to jail. So all this, I'm going to get this, I'm going to flip this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. It's a hill of beans. Why? Because you can't accomplish it. You can't accomplish that goal in jail. And then it was a fictitious goal anyway. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't no good. You just talking. That's what we do in the streets. We just talk because we don't know. Are the streets predictable? Yeah, they predictable. They predictable what's going to happen. But what's unpredictable to you is when you don't know when it's going to happen. That's what's unpredictable. We know what's going to happen in the streets. I knew it was coming. I just didn't know when. I remember I used to get so high, man. I used to be so paranoid. Oh, man, I used to get just out of my mind and be so paranoid. And that paranoia used to tell me, they coming. They coming. I don't know when they coming, but they coming. They coming. And this is how we operate. And we feel that the drug makes us wiser. Like we know stuff and see stuff. But people can see you better than you see yourself. And man, that's a dangerous place to be, man. It's a dangerous place to be when people are talking to you and telling you what's good for you and you ain't trying to hear it. You ain't trying to hear it. So, it's crazy, but it's true. So you want to have healthy relationships, man, that's built on these factors. Trust. You got to trust somebody. In the streets, there's a motto. Man, I don't trust nobody. You hear somebody say that. You hear people say that all the time in the streets. Man, I don't trust nobody, man. I don't trust nobody. You got to trust somebody. And by you not trusting anybody, it leads you right back over here. Self-inflicted one. Honesty. Now, this is the big one right here. Honesty. What is honesty? Because a lot of us feel that stuff that we do and say is honest. But it ain't based on honesty. You know what I'm saying? If you're making bad choices, selling drugs or doing stuff underhanded, stealing, robbing, whatever it may be in the streets, there's nothing honest about that. Yeah, you may have told the truth. You went from point A to point B, but you ain't tell what happened from point A to point B. You see what I'm saying? And see, this is what's going on out in our society. Especially for the older men and the older women. They're not telling people the truth. Because they living a lie themselves. Most of the time. They're going through the same cycle. You see what I'm saying? We come up like that. The man come to the house, the bill man come to the house, knocking on the door. Who is that? Oh, man, they look like the man from the bill place. Tell him I ain't home. Tell him I ain't home. I got to get ready to go to church. Did you see that? Now, let me slow down again. Tell him I ain't home. I'm trying to get ready to go to church. Mm-hmm. You see how it's the conflicts. You going to church to try to do the right thing. That's what you're supposed to be doing. But you telling your kid to tell the person that's at the door to be dishonest, to say that you're not there when you're there. Right. And this is stuff that we don't feel. We don't see these things. This is our true realities. We don't deal with it. Somebody call him. Tell him I ain't here. I ain't home. Need to pay a bill. I ain't got it. That's how we live, man, in our society, in our community, man. We messed up, boy. Messed up people, boy. Yeah. Messed up people, and we grow up with this. We grow up with this way of thinking. Open-mindedness. That's big, man, in our community. Be open-minded. Man, you learn a lot. Because you never know what a person may be going through. You know what I'm saying? You never know. Right. That's why you got to be a good listener. You know, we talked about being an active listener. And a good observer. Because you don't know. You don't know what a person is going through. That's why it'd be easy to listen and slow to speak. Especially out in the streets. You don't know who you're going to encounter. You got to be well-rounded. Just know and see how people move. Then you can see it. Open-mindedness. It can save you a lot. Caring. Man, we need that. Most definitely. If we had people that cared in our community, it won't be as many homicides as it is. People don't care about you. They shoot you dead. Like it's nothing. Yeah. And that's bad when you, I'm telling you, it's bad when you got to watch your own people. You pulling up at the Walmart, backing up. You see somebody looking funny, now you looking funny. Any other race or whatever walk by, you ain't paying them no mind. You ain't paying them no mind. Let a brother walk by and be by your car and you parking or whatever. You're going to look twice. You're going to look twice. Not only is it a stereotype, but it's a stigma. It's a stigma that comes with our community, man. Like I said, man, we need, as a people, African American, we need, man, 10 times more 10 times more unity or togetherness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ain't gonna do it. Why? Because we always have a people that's just separated from one another. We always got a people that think differently from one another. It can be 5 people in the pod and they seeing different things in that chair right there. They can tell you 5 different things about that chair. Besides saying that the chair is blue and that it'll hold you if you sit down. You get it, man? It's crazy. So, from street ships to healthy ships, right? So, teammates in life are essential. Man, you need teammates. You need people that got your back, man. Even on your job, you need people that got your back. Especially in the household, you need people that got your back in your relationships, your female that you're dealing with. The women that you're dealing with, you need to know that they got your back. Yeah. You need to know that. You don't want nobody, man, you know that's going to throw you to the wolves. They don't care nothing about you. Baby, I'm out here on such and such, my car broke down. You better call somebody else. You want somebody like that in your life? Or you want somebody to say, hold on, baby, where you at? I'm going to call such and such to come pick you up. Or I'm going to call the tow truck. This is what healthy relationships do. You call somebody on the streets and you out and somewhere broke down. Man, I'm telling you, man, out of 10 people you call, man, you probably get 1 or 2 people that respond. At least they're going to call your mama. Or call your girl up or somebody you know. Or go, Isaiah here out there, off of 301. Right? So it's almost impossible to basically try to do everything alone. Right? We need teammates in our life. They are very essential. Every man has the potential to drift into isolation. Every man has the potential to drift. And this is crazy because it be so much going on in our brain because every day we talk to ourselves when we get up. And let me tell you something, for a brother that when he's not doing nothing, when he's not being productive in life, when he's not being constructive, he's thinking about that thing. He know he ain't doing nothing. That's why he's in this stage right here. He's in depression. And that's when the danger is going on. The indicator light is going on every day. You got to do something. You got to do something. But the negative part of him, well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go out here and rob somebody. Or I'm going to go sell me some drugs. Or I'm going to go do something, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But that's not going to help your situation. Actually, what it's going to do is, it's going to enhance the depression. It's going to put you in danger. Because you can go get drugs, and then the stick-up boy roll up on you and take the drugs and kill you. Or you can go get the drugs and the police pull up on you and you make a false move and they kill you. Or they just lock you up, period, and throw you inside the prison system. Well, that's danger right there too. That's danger. I don't know why we in our community adjust our minds like prison ain't nothing. I don't know why we so free to just go do anything and not even think about those consequences. Man, that's a dangerous place, man. That's a dangerous place. They put you behind a door, and they're the ones that got the key. You can't get out. You can't get out. Now, I'm gonna give you this one right here. In federal, it depends on where you're going in feds. They put you on an airplane, shackled and handcuffed. Shackled and handcuffed. So that means that you are up in the plane, shackled and handcuffed, and if the plane just, something happens or whatever and it's going down, you can't get out. They can't even put a parachute on you. When your hands and your feet are bound, constant danger. You know the type of people that you're around. You can go walk into the child hall or commissary, man, and get stabbed. That's constant danger. So every man has the potential to drift into isolation. That's what depression does. Depression allows you to drift into like isolation. That's why a lot of mothers are saying, I don't know what done got into him. I try to talk to him. I try to be there for him. I try to make sure that he good. He won't talk to me. Why? Because he done drifted. He done drifted into isolation. And that's what we do. A lot of us are alone. A lot of brothers you see out in the street, they talk to themselves. You don't even know what they thinking. You don't know what they thinking. Look at the news now. Man, brother going to party, he in there dancing. Inside the party, somebody say something to him, he pull a gun out, man, he shoot everybody in there, man. Because he's in the isolation. He don't have no type of healthy relationships. So therefore, his mind is just any and everywhere. Depression, danger. Another one, every man has the potential to drift into isolation. This is a dangerous place for a man. Man, on the street, that's what it is right there. That's exactly what it is. Every man for himself. Every man in isolation. Every man is out to get it. No matter what kind of consequences it is with it. They out to get it. They out to get it. Danger zone. So these are the things to watch out for. You need people. What type of people that you need? You need people that's going to encourage you, man. You need people that's going to encourage and not tear you down. And it's a shame in our community that we have people around us that don't want to see us move forward. Don't want to see you move forward. I just seen a news clip. Last night I was watching. Young man had it kind of hard, trying to get himself together. He started back going to school. He just had a little baby. Committed to his girl. Good young man. Good young man. He went and bought a lottery ticket. Won $450,000. $450,000 he won. So he goes to buy a house for him and his newborn and his girl. He said, man, I want to do something for my community, man. I want to be a blessing to my community. He goes and buys toys for all the kids in the community. The other young brothers and sisters see him and say, oh, he's shining. He's trying to shine too hard. He's doing too much. They get jealous. They go to the man's house. Take $200 from the man. $200. And go and take his car. The car wasn't cranked. The guy that tried to crank the car, he runs back in the house and shoot and kill the young man. For nothing, man. For nothing. And then what you have is other people that's constantly trying to tear you down. Trying to tear you down. They don't want to see you move forward. You don't want to see you move forward. And sometimes it's truthful, man. You can't do for everybody, man. You just can't. The way it's set up in our community, you got to think if you want to do something for some people, man. Sometimes you got to do something for people and not even let them know who the one doing it. Because people are so jealous-hearted. They don't want to see you move forward. And out in this community, in the streets, man, you got to be wise, man. You got to be wise. You got to be wise. And this is real talk. I'm not just talking no fictitious stuff. I'm not just talking stuff that people to try to make you feel good. I'm talking about something that's going to keep you. It's going to keep your head out of these streets. And dealing with the true realities of our street. We would like to think that people are good. We would like to think that people are out in the streets are mean you well. But truth be told, it's just like crabs in a bucket, man. In a sense. You help who you can help. When they're in the crowd, you can't help them. You got to get them by themselves. When they're in the whole crowd, because they showing off for one another. You got to get them when they one-on-one, man. You got to get them by themselves. When they're in the whole crowd, because they showing off for one another. You got to get them when they one-on-one, man. You got to get them when they one-on-one, man. You got to get them when they one-on-one, man. You got to get them when they one-on-one, man. You got to get them when they one-on-one, man. You got to get them when they one-on-one, man. You got to get them when they one-on-one, man. You got to get them when they one-on-one, man. You got to get them when they one-on-one, man. You got to get them when they one-on-one, man. You got to get them when they one-on-one, man. You got to get them when they one-on-one, man. You got to get them when they one-on-one, man. You got to get them when they one-on-one, man. You got to get them when they one-on-one, man. You got to get them when they one-on-one, man. You got to get them when they one-on-one, man. You got to get them when they one-on-one, man. You got to get them when they one-on-one, man. You got to get them when they one-on-one, man. You got or two, at least two. But when they're with a crowd, you can't get nothing through to them because they're showing off and they don't want people to know that they have some sense. So it's easy to act the fool. But when it's time to straighten up, when it's time to do this right here, that's when it's hard. That's when it get hard. So you want people around you that's going to push you, that's going to help you get from point A to point B. That's going to help you move forward. You need people also that's going to offer you wisdom and guidance, man. Wisdom and guidance. We need it. Wisdom and guidance. What is wisdom? Wisdom is an understanding of what was. That's what wisdom is. It's an understanding of what was. Would you rather receive something, me telling you something from somebody that's been through that? That has experienced something? Or would you rather hear it from somebody that haven't experienced anything but just think they know everything? I'm going to go with the one that say, man, that water deep. I'm going to go with the one that say, man, and when I first stepped my foot in the water, I walked all the way like halfway and then it just dropped all the way to the bottom. I almost drowned. I'm not going to go by and listen to somebody that never even been inside the water, but swear out they know what's going on inside the water. I'm going to go with the one that had the experience. And that's what we want. That's why we got the slogan and the motto out in our community say, each one teach one. But we don't do that. What are we teaching? Each one teach what? What are you teaching? Because you can be teaching a person to do bad too. Just by your actions. Just by your actions. So we want wisdom and guidance, man. Wisdom and guidance. And people that are committed to your development. Man, that's powerful. These people are more than friends. Think about it. Who's committed to your guidance? Just take a thought. Just take a thought. Just for a second. Just think about the people that you know. And I'm pretty sure you got some people that's committed to your guidance. You see a few?
Yeah, I don't know. It's me, really.
See? You say it's you? Mm-hmm. No father?
Yeah, but
You don't think your father committed to your guidance? Or he giving you bad examples?
I guess he did. Not really, though.
Not really.
He didn't really do much.
He ain't really do. Is he still living?
Yeah, he did what he, I guess he did what he.
But you talking past tense, like past tense.
Right.
Like, that has nothing like future. It's still, you got time to still build with your pops.
When I was coming up, you know, now I'm grown. Shoot, I don't want to.
But you know what, brother? You ain't never too old to learn.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I'm in hopes that one of these days that he'll realize and see that he has to be committed to your development.
Right.
You know, and don't feel bad, man, because this is what's going on. I too, it's safe to say, I went through the same thing.
Right.
But I couldn't keep pointing the finger. I did it for a long time. That's why I got in so much trouble. You know, blaming my dad ain't that. He don't care nothing about me. I'm going to do this because of that. You know, but at the end of the day, them excuses, they wear out. When that pain be hitting you, and you find them doors closing back on you, closing, you get tired, man. You get tired and you realize you can't modify life, man. You only get one. And you can't modify it, man. You got to do what you're supposed to be doing. And that's purpose, man. That's purpose. What about grandmothers or grandfathers? You got anybody committed to your growth, your development?
Yeah.
Any old school teachers?
Yeah, certain people, you know, that would play a big part in, you know,
Yeah.
what I'm saying, certain people.
Okay. So it's safe to say you have some people,
Right.
you know, even for myself. I think I commit for your development.
Right.
I commit for your growth. I want to see you move forward.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a good thing. It's a beautiful thing. You also want people that see the best in you, even if you don't see it in yourself. Man, woo! That's big. That's why I'm here today. People seeing stuff in me that I didn't even see in myself. Why? Because they continue to be committed to my development. Even to a point that they couldn't even say anything else. Because they'll come to a point, and you'll see when you start having children, that's right, you got the kids? Mm-hmm. You got?
I got 2.
Yeah, you got 2. That's right, you did tell me you had 2. So, even to a point when your kids start getting older, and God forbid, I hope they don't get in no trouble, but sometimes they do, and that's just our realities. But if you continue to stay on them, and be firm because you know what you did, what you would desire from your own pops. So you give that, you take that energy and give it to your kids. Mm-hmm. You got 2 boys. Right. Man, that means it starts today. Mm-hmm. Like when you walk out the door. Yep. After you finish your class at 3, man, hey, it starts. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Even if it's just you walking in the house and picking both of them up and just hugging them. Hey, man, look, y'all. I love y'all. But Daddy loved y'all, boy. Daddy loved y'all. And guess what? They would never, ever, 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 ever forget. Man, my daddy used to always tell me he loved me. It's big. And we go up, man, we grow up with this stuff. Picture you picking your child up and saying, I hate your little, get away from me, huh? He gonna grow up with that. And guess what? He can make a choice to do his own kids like that. And it's a cycle. It becomes a cycle. So you want people that's committed to your growth. And it must be somebody you admire. Let me touch on this. It must be somebody that you admire or respect. And man, it's hard to receive anything from anybody if you don't respect them. Yeah. If you don't admire them. It's hard. And in our community, we quick to judge folk, man. Somebody could come out here, man, and have a pink suit on, man. Come right in here, man, and have a pink suit on and face all shiny and high water pants, and they be telling y'all the truth. And you be like, man, I ain't trying to hear that, man. Who this clown think he is? Because that's what we do. We stereotype people from not being open-minded. Not being open-minded. You can get a point across no matter who you are. Think about Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and people like Marcus Garvey. They knew it was going to be challenges with people not hearing them because of the stereotypes and racism. And they was considered to be not equal with any other man. But they challenged that theory. They challenged it. And they overcame. And this is what you do. When people look at you in one way, you challenge it. You show them different. Yeah, you know Isaiah? Yeah, oh man, good young man. Good young man, young, he's sharp. Sharp young brother. You see how that goes? Mm-hmm. Even if they haven't even seen you, they know that it was told to them something about your character. But if I say, man, that brother he just sitting around, ain't doing this, ain't doing that. He don't do this, he don't do that. That's the first picture that I paint. Yeah. For you. Let me tell you something. Normally, if you're around people and they don't want you to like somebody, first thing they start doing is whispering in your ear about that person. And it may not even be true. So when you see that person, the first picture that they already have of you is what they was told. It's what they were told. And this is how it works. Social media the same way. You can see something about somebody, you don't know nothing about that person. And then when you see them, you go judging exactly what somebody off of what they said. Not by what you seen. Not by what you seen. And we quick to do that. We quick to pick up a lie. We'll pick a lie up and run with it. Without even giving that person the benefit of a doubt. How you doing? My name is Terry. Such. Oh, I don't hear it about him. Because you got people that whisper stuff like that and the streets is like that. And sometimes we could be operating a street mentality that don't even know it. Oh, don't mess with you. You can't trust him. Now you sitting around every time he come around, you disturbed. You'll never sit in your car, you steal. Hey man, can I get a ride to the store? Oh nah man, I can't give you no ride. So that's just where we at, man. Where we at? So someone you admire and respect. Loyalty. What is loyalty? It ain't what the streets say it is, because there ain't no loyalty in the streets. Ain't no loyalty in the streets. Man, the brothers getting locked up, man, left and right, man. And brothers telling listen, if no snitching was a true law, won't nobody be locked up now. Every day somebody snitches on somebody. You talking about loyalty. I've seen our own grandmamas snitch on their own, what you call? I don't even like using the word. Because it's said in such a hateful manner. When it's really the truth. You take the truth and turn it into a lie. It's really the truth. But you take it and turn it into a lie to appease the community to make it look good. Now, guess what? The truth is nothing. The truth is worse than a lie. A person be more comfortable telling you a lie than telling you the truth. Mm-hmm. Man, what happened, man? Who hit that little kid with that car, man? You know who it was. I know, I don't have nothing to do with it. Man, he just ran over a 3-year-old kid, man. But that's what we at in our society. But check this out. Check this out. If it was that brother's 3-year-old daughter, he would want you in jail. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, he gonna call the police on you. Yep. Kid out in the street, playing. Junebug drive by. Keep going. Hey! Boom, hit the kid. You on the porch. You run. You seen the Junebug truck. He kept going. You gonna go grab your kid, and the first thing, call the police, call the police. And when the police come, you're gonna say, yeah, I knew who it was that hit him. Why? Because it's your kid. Now it affects you. It affects you. That's the truth. There's nothing wrong with telling the truth. But society has got us to a point that we feel we can't speak truth. And that's what the Creator loves. He loves truth. He loves honesty. And this part of having a healthy relationship, you don't want nobody that's going to lie to you all the time. You don't want nobody around you that's going to lie to you all the time. If your girl lie to you all the time, you don't want to be around your girl like that. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy. But without trust, there's no honesty, there's no open-minded, and there's no caring. Because there's no trust. Trust is number one. Take a break. All right.